If you often feel helpless in your relationship, it's a subconscious reminder that you should break up. The specific signs include the absence of major mistakes on their part, but most of the time, you find it difficult to communicate with them normally. When faced with problems, they either speak illogically or remain silent, avoiding communication and empathy. Break up. You still have feelings, and it feels regrettable. Don't break up. You feel particularly uncomfortable, so you can only compromise in this relationship. Without realizing it, this excessive avoidance and lack of communication are forms of emotional abuse. You might not believe it, eager to argue that they are just habitually silent or avoidant. Ask yourself 3 questions. After being with them, do you always feel inadequate, increasingly unable to control your temper, and less happy? If the answers are yes, don't deceive yourself. You have become numb to their emotional abuse. About emotional abuse, I have talked about it many times. Its harm is significant. From a psychological perspective, emotional abuse is not an avoidant relationship pattern but a narcissistic form of emotional abuse. This subtle attack is far more powerful than verbal arguments. Someone who frequently uses emotional abuse, even if they believe they love you, displays controlling behavior. The underlying logic is to experience power by controlling their partner. Emotional abuse is not just avoiding communication, it is intentional emotional manipulation. They want to make you doubt yourself with their hot and cold attitude, engage in psychological warfare, label you as emotionally unstable, and force you to submit. Emotional abuse is, in fact, an extremely selfish behavior with 2 main causes. The first is the influence of the family of origin. Psychology suggests that emotional abuse can be inherited, meaning that there might be an abuser in their upbringing, leading to the formation of an excessively self-centered core. This is inherent and cannot be eradicated or changed. Moreover, if you marry such a person and have children, your children may become like them. On the other hand, it stems from a lack of self-empowerment, requiring control over you for self-satisfaction. People with low inner strength can be seen as emotionally weak infants. An emotionally weak person lacks the ability to take responsibility for the relationship, possibly without a concept of responsibility, only consuming and increasing your sunk costs by staying with them. So, if you are experiencing emotional abuse or frequent use of emotional abuse, do not deceive yourself. Take timely measures. Every adult should learn, but don't be too extreme. Some people may simply be bad at expressing themselves or have avoidant attachment styles. Sometimes, the more you get angry when they speak, the more they don't know how to solve the problem, evade for a day or 2, and eventually face it and take responsibility together with you. What is true emotional abuse? It is one-sided, ignoring your emotions, refusing communication and dialogue. It's when you've tried everything, discussions, arguments, seeking professional advice, and still feel helpless. At this point, self-rescue is crucial.